Good morning, folks. Grandpa Greenwald here. But I just finished, yes it is morning, I just finished my breakfast. Finished off the last piece of boudin for breakfast, and again, it was really delicious. Today we're going to work on a chicken. I have this giant chicken that I bought, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but we're going to get started this morning. We'll go ahead and get it cut up and cleaned up a little bit, and then get it marinating. I have some kosher salt, some black pepper, some, let's see, I don't know if you can see this or not, some Salt Lake chicken seasoning that adds a really nice flavor to the chicken. So I'm going to go ahead and get this camera set up a little bit closer, and then we'll go ahead and get this chicken cut up and seasoned, and later on we'll make a decision what we're going to do with it. Alrighty, let's go. Alrighty, let's see what we're going to do with this chicken. There you go. All right. Let's get some kosher salt on this baby. And leave the skin where it's at. Some of it got pulled back. We'll just coat it pretty heavy all the way around. Not really. Most of this is going to cook off, or we'll see what it's going to do. When we decide what to do with it. Those of you that saw the video the other day that I made with some, I was cooking something in the pan. And I kept having to shake the pepper shaker. Well, what happened is we got a new pepper shaker, a couple of new shakers, and the holes weren't big enough for the pepper to come out, so that's why I was shaking it. Shake it as much as I was the other day. So there you go. Sometimes you get lucky and you find that joint there. with the chicken. And one last seasoning here. Like I said, that's the Salt Lake chicken seasoning. My daughter told me about this one, and I've been really enjoying it. Did some chicken a few weeks ago that was just outstanding. So we're putting a lot of seasoning. We're not worrying or being trying to be politically correct or anything else. A lot of this seasoning is going to come off when we run it through something else, or rinse it ahead of time or whatever. But in the meantime, it's going to be sitting in this bag in the fridge, just chilling. Alrighty, I got my big mess cleaned up. All of this has been sprayed down and sanitized. These the seasons that I've used, the jars, these have all been cleaned and sanitized. I'm really careful with chicken about that. I don't mind making a mess, but I do understand that I need to clean it well. So anyway, we have our chicken. We have our chicken in a gallon Ziploc, and I'm going to set this in the fridge. In the meantime, I'm just kind of massaging it around a little bit, and let this kosher salt and the Salt Lake chicken seasoning, black pepper. We'll let that sit in there and kind of bloom and make a decision. I think I'm leaning toward putting this in the oven with some carrots and potatoes. So just do a slow roasting on it. We'll see. Afternoon, folks. So we've had the chicken marinating all day. I've made a decision on what I want to do. I'm going to bake the chicken on top of a bed of potatoes, maybe a few red onions. We're going to make some Greek chicken and potatoes. So let's get started. Now I'm going to spray the pan. I've already cut up some potatoes. I'm going to spray the pan and dump these potatoes in. Looks like I'll need just a few more potatoes. I'll cut those up real quick. And I guess y'all were expecting some kind of chopper that was going to go chop, 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 like a Japanese guy, and get these potatoes chopped in a few seconds. Well, that's about all I got in me right there. Not too bad. Not too bad. We got those done. Alrighty. Let's see what else we're going to do here. I took out some seasoning. I'm not going to put any salt on this at all. We have plenty of salt, plenty of seasoning in the chicken. I'm going to add a little bit of, I'm a shaker guy. We're going to add a little bit of black pepper. That is not black pepper. That's oregano, a little bit of oregano. Actually, we want a lot of oregano because these are going to be Greek potatoes. So we normally just dust those really, 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 really good with the oregano. And, well, it's coming out, but I like it a lot. Okay, that won't be too much. And I believe that's it. I'm not going to put the onions. I was going to put the red onions in. So I pulled my chicken out of the fridge. You remember this morning, we marinated it really good with some kosher salt. And we're hoping that this is going to all fit down in this pan. I don't have a magical way. This pan is normally works pretty good for me. We're putting a lot of oil. That's a big nice chicken breast in there. And stretch that out. There you go. Let me rinse my hands and we'll tidy it up a little bit. Alrighty then. That looks really, really, really good. But I can't help myself. I'm going to have to add, typically when we cook the Greek potatoes by themselves, we'll wrap them in foil and only cook potatoes. With the foil, oregano, I'm going to kind of put a little bit of butter. Just slather around on the top. It's not gonna hurt anything. Everything's gonna be, well, that was a mess. How's that looking? Started the timer at 375. I'm going to picked up a bunch of cilantro. So we're going to throw a little cilantro on there, you know, just for some of that flavor. I don't know how much that'll show up in the chicken. How's that look? That looks yummy already. The thing is, we're not done. We're going to dust the top. Again, I told you I like lots of stuff, lots of flavors, and big bold flavors like the sausage. So we're not going to put too much. This is, again, I can smell that cilantro on here, but this is the oregano again. Toss the top with a little bit more black pepper. And the last ingredient I have to add there is some chicken broth that I made yesterday when I was making some treats for the dogs. I ended up with a bunch of extra chicken broth. I'm going to pour a little bit. Kind of should have measured this out, but a little bit down on the bottom, just for a little extra moisture for the potatoes to cook in. So that's it. We'll put it in the oven. Oven's preheated for 375. I think we'll check back in about an hour, 15 minutes, hour and 20 minutes. Well, I thought I'd cut back in for just a second because I do have one more ingredient, and that's some organic, I don't care about organic, some crushed cayenne pepper. And I'm gonna put me a little sprinkle of that just over the top to add a little, just little taste of the pepper. Yummy, yummy, yummy. This looks like it came out absolutely perfect. If I can get a piece of potato out, I'd go ahead and taste it. It's kind of a little steamy. I'm scared to put it in my mouth, but let's just check the temperature real quick. 176 in there, 178 down in the chicken on the bone. I got 181 on the bone, and then touch that bone, 178. Chicken's done, well done.